week 11 of the fantasy basketball season, so the last week here before the All-Star break. And this season's flying by this year, so these are big crucial weeks now then from here on out here in the fantasy basketball season. But here's a few guards I would look to add on waivers this week on the wire. The first guy is Dennis Smith Jr., of the Detroit Pistons. So Dennis Smith Jr., we saw his rookie year with Dallas. He was a great ball player. But then some knee injuries, and then the trade to the New York Knicks in a Kristaps Porzingis deal didn't do Dennis Smith Jr. any good on that Knick ball club. And then a couple weeks ago, he got traded to the Detroit Pistons for Derrick Rose. And now Dennis Smith, he's getting the starting nod with Killian Hayes and DeLon Wright out with injuries till after the All-Star break. And on the season, he's ranked 201 as Dennis Smith Jr. with 6.7 points a game, 2 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 1.2 steals, 75% from the foul line, and an awful 37% from the field. But in the last 2 weeks now, since he's been in Detroit and got some playing time and starting, his ranking in the Times 85th with 9.3 points a game, 2.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.7 steals, and he's actually giving you 1.3 threes a game and 40% from the field. So Dennis Smith Jr., his rookie year with Dallas, everyone thought he was the steal of the draft that season, and he was going to be a great ball player and a franchise cornerstone for that team, but it just hasn't happened. And now here in Detroit, his third team in 3 seasons here, hopefully he gets some confidence and gets things going. In the last 3 games here for Dennis Smith, February 24th at New Orleans, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals. February 26th versus Sacramento, 17 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, a block, 2 3-pointers, 53% from the field. And then last night versus former team, the New York Knicks, maybe he was pressing a little, but it wasn't that great of a game for Smith Jr. 7 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a block, and he shot an awful 27% from the field. But Smith, he's getting the playing time, like I said. He's starting, and with the injuries and the youth movement in Detroit, because they're one of the worst teams in the NBA, they're just going to play these guys and see who's going to be on the team next year and see who they want to keep. And Dennis Smith Jr., he's available in 80% of fantasy leagues, so I will go out there and get him. The next guard to get on waivers this week is Emmanuel Quickley of the New York Knicks. So Quickley, we've seen flashes from this impressive rookie over the last few weeks on and off, but now with Derrick Rose in town, the numbers, they haven't been all that great. But then we've seen flashes again from Quickley the last 2 or 3 games where he's back on track. On the season, he's ranked 182 as Quickley, 12.2 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.7 threes, 94% from the foul line, which he's one of the best shooters at the line in the NBA. But the field goal percentage is shaky at 39%. But in the last week now, his ranking's 124 is Quickley with 12.5 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 threes, 100% from the line, and 43% from the field. So Quickley in Tom Thibodeau's system for this rookie, he's playing about 15, 20 minutes a game right now, but I think his minutes are going to go up. Alfred Payton, he's missed the last 3 games for the Knicks, and the Knicks haven't missed a beat without him, winning 3 in a row now. Who would have thought? But anyway, Emmanuel Quickley, he's one of the better rookies already this season, and he was a late first-rounder in the NBA draft for the Knicks. February 20th versus Sacramento, 25 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 steals. February 27th versus the Pacers, 10 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, 3 threes. And then last night at Detroit, 12 points, 2 rebounds, a 3, 44% from the field. So Quickley, I would like to see the playing time going up. I believe it will for him. Now, with Alfred Payton banged up and Austin Rivers out of the rotation, and Quickley, he's still available in 74% of fantasy leagues. So if you need a good guy who's going to hit threes, he's going to be pretty decent in his percentages, especially at the foul line. He'll shoot 90% plus, and he's going to put up threes and make his shots and get some steals. So he's the second guard I would look to add. The third guy's Josh Jackson of the Detroit Pistons, so the former lottery pick. Jackson's been on 3 teams in the last few years, and he's been playing pretty decent as Jackson right now. Like I said about Dennis Smith Jr. early in the video, it's a youth movement over there in Detroit. They're looking to see what guys they got and who could be keepers for them in the future. And Josh Jackson, he's been playing pretty well for this Detroit Piston team on the season. He's ranked 233 with 13.5 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.3 threes a game, 70% from the field and 42% from the line. But in the last couple weeks now, he's ranked 192 is Jackson, 17.3 points a game, 5 rebounds, an assist and a half, a steal, a block, 72% from the foul line, 43% from the field. So Jackson, he's playing about 30 minutes a game here for this Piston team. And with the youth movement and the injuries to DeLon Wright and Killian Hayes, he's going to get his playing time. They need some more scoring, have a scoring ball on this team. Also, Blake Griffin, they're looking to trade him or buy him out. So right now, he's just riding the bench until they find a trade partner or whatever the deal may be here. But Jackson, the last 3 games, he's definitely came to play. February 24th at New Orleans, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 threes. February 26th versus Sacramento, he had a solid stat line altogether here. 14 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and a 3. And then February 28th last night versus the New York Knicks, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, but the 5 turnovers, which hurt, and the 16% from the field. But Jackson, he's getting every opportunity. He was a former lottery pick for a reason, and we've seen flashes from him this season here in Detroit, and he's definitely worth an ad, and he's available in 48% of leagues. The next guard is Luguentz Dort of the OKC Thunder. So Dort, another youngster in his second year in the NBA, is Dort. On the season, he's ranked 241 with 12.5 points a game, 3.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.9 threes, 39% from the field, 74% from the line. But the last couple weeks, the numbers have bumped up just a bit. 13.6 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 2.3 threes for Dort, and 82% from the foul line. So Dort, he's playing about 30 minutes a game as well for this OKC Thunder team. And there's going to be ups and downs with him, but I think he's one of the better players on this Thunder team behind SGA, Sean Gilgeous-Alexander. But anyway, Dort, the last 3 games, he's been pretty decent, except he put in a dud a few nights ago. February 24th versus the San Antonio Spurs, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 threes. February 26th versus Atlanta, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 4 threes. And then, like I said, he had that dud performance February 27th, 2 points, 1 rebound, and a block. But Dort, I think he could be a good player this season in fantasy. And we've seen flashes from him over the last couple weeks. And right now, he's available in 71% of fantasy leagues. So if you need a guard that's going to give you a few categories, hit some threes, and going to play some major minutes, he's a guy to go get. And the 5th and final guard to go get on waivers this week's Malik Monk of the Charlotte Hornets. So Monk, he's been stepping his game up now over the last 2 weeks, and we thought he was going to be a lottery pick that was going to look like a bust for this Hornet team once again. But right now, Malik Monk, he's playing at a high level. The injury to Devontae Graham obviously has a lot to do with it, with him getting playing time and major minutes, and then hitting a game winner in last night's ball game for Monk versus the Sacramento Kings. On the season, he's ranked 224 is Monk, 13 points a game, 3 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 2.4 threes, 81% from the foul line, and 46% from the field. So right now, his percentages are pretty good for Monk. And in the last couple weeks, he's really picked it up, like I said, ranked 127 in that time with 20.4 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 threes a game, 76% from the foul line, and 48% from the field. So right now in Charlotte, with the injuries to Graham, Monk, he's getting the green light, and he's making the most out of his opportunities. And we've seen it now, the last 4 games, him really go off Monk, and definitely worth a pickup. And even if Graham comes back, I think Monk, he should deserve to play 20-25 minutes. Right now, he's at that 25 to 30 minute range. February 22nd at Utah, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 4 threes for him. February 24th at Phoenix, this was his biggest game of the season. 29 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 threes. February 26th at Golden State, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 threes. And last night, after hitting that game winner at Sacramento, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and surprisingly, he didn't hit a three-pointer in that game. So Malik Monk, he's going to bring scoring to your fantasy team. He's a pretty decent rebounder. He'll get 4 or 5 a game at the guard position, and he can pass the ball with a decent rate too. He'll get you a few assists and some threes, and right now his ownage is skyrocketing in fantasy basketball, going up 13% in the last week here, but he's still available in 63% of fantasy leagues, so that's a few guards I would look to add here in week 11 of the fantasy basketball season.